got him tangled up in the net and he got choked, right? There's one called Family Fun Night. Play the game as normal, collect all of the dad's items. Done. If done, a picture spawns in the party room after you free the trapped girl. Done. This is William and Henry standing next to each other. Done. You also need to repair, play, and beat multiple arcade games. You have to do that until you get 3 stickers in your notebook. I got 1 sticker. And a handheld console. I got that, but I traded it for fireworks. Then get an extra voucher and interact with the prize voucher machine in the arcade. This will trigger Pick Up Balloons minigame. On night 5, call Oswald's mom. This will trigger Grant Her Wish minigame. After untying Oswald's dad and Pit Bonnie takes him away, go to the candy machine and interact with it 50 or more times. It will trigger the Good Job minigame. After all of that, go out and play the rest of the game as normal. You will drop the picture of William and Henry in front of the ball pit. Pit Bonnie will pick it up and then freak out. After saving your dad and escaping, Pit Bonnie tries to attack you. Do not ignore the QuickTime events and let Bonnie bite your arm. All of this will trigger the ending. The ending, after Pit Bonnie bites down onto your arm, he gets stuck in the net. As he struggles, he starts to get choked by the net. He ends up choking himself out. Oswald and his dad go home. His dad doesn't remember anything. After this, Jeff says, okay, so there's a little, so I have to do all of that insane stuff, and then there should be a video that we haven't seen yet. So let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if this says 3-star ending. So completing the arcade games. So this one we never saw. Here, hang on a sec. Okay. There's going to be so much lore on this, on game theory. So that looks like Golden Freddy. That's the security office. So this is literally the same floor plan, but looks weird. Okay, so pick up balloons. Okay, he saves dad. Oh, that's Circus Baby from that other FNAF game. Grant Her Wish. Okay, so here's another creepy game that you play. And that's, oh wait, is that like a necklace? Is that the girl that got, like, her soul was put into Circus Baby? Like, oh, is it Henry's daughter? Okay, and then da-da-da-da-da-da. And then some other creepy game that we never found called Millie Count the Ways. You complete the arcade games. And then this might turn into something we didn't see. Okay, hold on, let's skip it a little bit. Don't remember anything. Oh, okay, alright. I might be suspended from school, what? And then we never saw this. So the kid and mom and dad are eating pizza. And Jeff actually looks a little bit more presentable. That's it! Those like 10 seconds of them eating pizza. You do all that work for that. Oh my god. Hold on, there's like a picture. Oh my god. Alright, so that was FNAF Into the Pit. Oh man, those are other stories from the books. The necklace and the girl's replaced with... Oh, that's right! I remember that. There was like, what was it? Again, I only know this because of a game theory. There was one of the other Goosebumps-ish books that he wrote, the Fazbear Frights, where it was like a girl that wished she was pretty or something, and she gets a necklace, and then, but they're like, you can never take it off. And like, she takes it off later on, and she just like falls apart and turns into garbage. Yeah. Now everyone gets to argue about what ending is the true ending. him like coming out of the ball pit and biting the kid, getting punched by the kid, and then somehow ending up with a noose around himself and then choking himself out. That's like, really? You got tangled up that bad? Okay. All right, that seemed a little. I really thought the first time I got the bad ending when he saved the dad and then he got grabbed. I thought the dad would save him, but the dad just stood there and was like, "Wow, that's a dang shame." Well, I won't have as many bills to pay if I let my kid die. How does a robot check themselves out? Because it was like a serial killer dude inside a robot suit. It was like a the idea is it was like William Afton wearing the bunny costume. If you've never if you're new to the FNAF franchise, the whole idea is they've got these things called animatronic suits, and they're spring locked. And they like inside there's all these gizmos and gadgets, but then they can wind up these things that pull all that stuff out of the way that allow a human to climb in and wear the suit. But if those locks get released while a human's inside and everything springs back into place, they would get crushed. And the whole thing is like there was one day that William Afton was wearing the Spring Bonnie suit and killed some kids. And later on, the suit got wet and it spring locked back into place while he was in it, and it crushed him, and he was killed by the suit. So now he's basically haunting the thing, and his corpse is inside it. Now, at the point that this story is happening, I think the idea is that the kids had just been killed, and so the person was still wearing the suit, and it was still like they were alive. So maybe they choked themselves out temporarily. They weren't dead. That makes more sense. Yeah. It's the William Afton is like a serial killer, and he's wearing the suit of a character called Spring Bonnie. But later, once it basically becomes his corpse like haunting the suit, he becomes a character that the community refers to as Springtrap. Yeah. Anyway, review time. That was my very first Five Nights at Freddy's game. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, I am not new to the franchise because I have been enthralled by, like, I have watched so many hours of Matt Pat talking about this stuff, so I know a lot of bits of information about the franchise. I like the horror and stuff. I never wanted to play the jump scare bits. I saw the movie with my kid because my kid really wanted to see it, so I saw that. That's in my head. However, again, it was my first game. I would honestly say the first 80% of the game, except for the fact that there was occasional jump scares, it reminded me of some games I played as a kid. King's Quest, Space Quest, Robin Hood by Sierra. Like, you had a bit of leeway to wander around. Like at any time, I could go to the library, I could go to the school, I could go to the mill, I could go to the school, to my house. I could find items that allowed me to solve issues in other places. Like, I found the thing from the vouchers, and then I took it to the library and I was traded to the kid for the fireworks. Like, it didn't hold my hand to do that. It was like, you need something to distract the bear, but it didn't like force you to do it in a certain way. You could kind of wander around and figure it out. It felt like the old point and click adventures. And I was into it, Chad. I was into it. And it occasionally jump scared me. You guys occasionally jump scared me. I was there for all of that. The last like 20% of the game was extremely frustrating. Because if I died, I had to replay like 3 minutes to get back to the point I died. And then sometimes I'd die again in 5 seconds. Like, that was really frustrating. Then trying to get the different endings, I realized I didn't have to do that. But, trying to... your dad not having the strength to help, save you unless you found his name tag. Maybe it's just because I'm new to this type of franchise. Maybe that's normal. Maybe it's normal that you have to find like the weird MacGuffins in order for the good thing to occur, even if it seems like they're not related at all. But for me, as an outsider coming in, that was stupid. That was so stupid. Having to find his name tag to get a photo to spawn in a location that I had already been 40 times, and then things play out differently after you find the photo. I was like, what? So that was really frustrating. And then like looking up what you have to do. This thing right here. Call your mom on night 5, which triggers a mini game. Beat the mini game. Let your dad get kidnapped. go to the candy machine and interact with it 50 times. How would I possibly know to go interact with the candy machine 50 times? There's no fucking way that I would have known to do that. So I'm glad that other people figured it out so I can just see it, through their eyes. But yeah, that was crazy. I do know that just again because of game theory, one of the FNAF things there was you're in the security office and it's like a tiled room. It's the one where they first introduced Springtrap, and the wall was tiled, and there was 9 tiles that you could click on, and it was a code. And there was a certain code you could figure out and punch it in. And it took the community so long to figure it out. And they were like, really, Scott? Scott's the guy who made the game. They're like, really, Scott? Are you freaking serious right now? Like, this reminded me of that. Like, go turn the quarter thing 50 times. Okay. But, yeah. Great visuals. The 2D kind of like 8-bit-ish animation, I loved it. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It looked really cool when it would go into like the cinematic-y stuff. That looked awesome. I loved the visuals. The sound design was pretty good. I liked that it used is it binaural when it would use the earphones. Like I could hear if the monster was to the left of me or to the right of me. I thought that was really awesome. The storytelling overall was pretty good. The kid wasn't always rational, but he was a kid, so okay, it kind of makes sense. And he, no one's gonna believe him. He's got a time traveling ball pit, something like that. The sprite art was awesome. I wish it had been longer. For how much was this? Hang on just a second. This was $20, and we got just over 4 hours out of it. For $20, I wish it had been a longer game, but yeah, that's kind of a small thing. It was a fun experience either way. The visuals and the sound and the story were all pretty cool. Got frustrated at the end, but we got through it. But yeah, I think that's it. What am I? 90% of players earned the achievement. Night 5 didn't go as planned and you get turned into a robot. There we go. What do you mean 100% of players found all clues about that? There's no way 100% of players. Would you want to play more of them? Maybe. I have toyed with the idea because again, I'm not big on jump scares, but I know y'all have seen me uncomfortable. So like maybe for Halloween, maybe we could do like some kind of marathon through the FNAF games or something. I wouldn't be like turning up the difficulty, but maybe I could see if I could beat them like one time each. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Great visuals, great story, great sound. I wish it was longer. I loved like 80% of it. It felt like old point and click adventure games, but with the addition of jump scares. The last 20% was really frustrating. That's it. That's how I felt about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're off to the next one.